want you going in my restroom. Stick in your own restroom. For my safety. Never mind.
Bro, this is Piers flirting right now. He is flirting with Emma. He's like, I don't want you in my restroom. Like, he's playing dumb. He's all flustered. He's letting her talk over him. Piers is down bad, dude. I gotta shout out Emma Vigeland. She was so awesome on Piers Morgan. Just more crazy anti-trans stuff. And this was a conversation that was like a few years old. And honestly, I thought we were kind of past it. But it looks like it is not dead yet, so we gotta keep defending trans people.
This is about Nancy Mace, who had talked about the fact that she was a victim of rape within the context of why she was trying to ban the Representative McBride, who is the first openly trans lawmaker in Congress, from using the women's restroom.
Here about Nancy Mace, who loves a camera in her face and loves attention wherever she can get it. You know, I find it pretty disgusting that she is basically implying that this trans lawmaker, just by being in her presence in the bathroom, may rape her. I do choose to speak up for women's rights. I believe that I do so on my program, The Majority Report, regularly. And I'm disgusted that Nancy Mace has decided essentially to support Donald Trump wholeheartedly, who has been found liable of sexual abuse in court, and multiple of his cabinet appointments, picks, including Pete Hegseth and Matt Gaetz, have been credibly accused of sexual assault themselves. So apparently it's triggering for her because someone's genitalia may be slightly different.
That is something that I have been advocating for. If you are going to push against Republicans, I think there's a pretty strong argument you can make in saying that all of the Republicans are sex criminals. Pretty much every single person that Trump has appointed to his cabinet has had some kind of sexual indiscretion in the past. Matt Gaetz's apparently was too big even for Donald Trump. And I mean, there's a funny pattern there. Donald Trump himself has been found civilly liable for rape. He has bragged about sexually assaulting women, definitely not treated women well in the past and seen them only as sexual objects. Done like some Harvey Weinstein shit, like traded sex for favors. Again, like the connections to Epstein are there. The connections to these crazy ass fucking billionaires are there. I think that that's something that the Democrats can really co-opt, the whole idea of elite sex criminals running Washington. 4 years of that is going to be pretty rough on the Republicans, in my opinion.
When you say credibly accused,
but it doesn't matter.
And then also while we're on the topic of trans people, you can add in the idea that Republicans are all sex perverts by talking about trans people. What is the deal with bathroom bills? They want to have someone checking the genitals of every single kid as they choose which bathroom to use. Why do Republicans want adults to check your children's genitals as they're just trying to urinate or defecate between class? Like, what's the deal with that? And I think that's like a pretty effective way to communicate trans issues to people, because essentially what's like the two biggest issues people have: trans kids in sports and trans people in the bathrooms. Both of those are insane. And at least with the bathrooms one, you can really tie that into like the sexual perverseness that Republicans consistently demonstrate that they have.
That Trump has been found liable of sexual assault in court. Piers.
Time out.
Piers, has Trump been found liable of sexual assault in court with
Trump was found guilty in a civil action.
Piers is he's such a bitch, dude. Time out. You can't just keep talking. You can't keep talking, Emma. You can't. This is my show, Emma.
He denied it, as you know.
And in case of
Gaetz and Pete Hegseth,
so the preponderance of evidence went in her direction.
Wow. Donald Trump denied that he raped someone, even though he's found liable for it by a civil court. Amazing, Piers.
And he's
jump in real quick?
I gotta run back Piers Morgan getting triggered by Emma talking over him. It's so good.
Accused of sexual assault themselves. So apparently it's triggering for her because someone's genitalia may be slightly different in the stall next to her.
When you say credibly accused,
but it doesn't matter to her that Trump has been found liable of sexual assault in court. Piers.
Time out.
Piers, has Trump been found liable of sexual assault in court with
Trump was found guilty in a civil action. He denied. action. He denied it, as you know.
Found
and in case of
found liable of sexual assault in court. Piers.
Time out.
Piers. Has Trump been found liable of sexual?
Bro, what is with all of the faces that these other people are making? This guy looks like he's raising his hand to try to ask for an excuse to use the bathroom. This woman looks like she's just smelled something revolting. This woman doesn't even, I don't know, she looks like she doesn't know where she is at the moment.
In court with
Trump, like, I see this woman on, like, these Jubilee or whatever type videos. Oh, God, she's so annoying. She's a Republican.
Was found guilty in a civil action. He denied it, as you know.
Found
and in case of
and
the case of Gates and Pete Hesketh,
so the preponderance of evidence went in her direction.
Sorry, can I just jump in real quick here? Because what's great here,
Bro, I love how Emma has the ability to cut through Piers, because a lot of times Piers will shut up people. I mean, he was able to shut up Kyle Kalinske at points. Emma just kept bulldozing through it, and she's just like a ship through ice. She's like an oil tanker cutting through an ice flow and just making its own path when Piers is trying to cut her off.
What Piers wants to say is they've denied it.
Yeah.
But Piers, Emma said credibly accused. So you, with your fucking suit jacket, have to say, I don't think that's credible. He doesn't want to say that. All he wants to do is lean on, you shut up, let me say that they've denied it.
And even if the allegations, say in theory, were proven to be false, it still would make more sense for Nancy Mace to be more afraid of people who had been accused of rape and sexual assault than somebody who was just a trans woman using the restroom.
Yeah. Or, concerned about abortion, but whatever.
Well, yeah, I mean, Piers Morgan is trying to turn it into a he said, she said incident, as though like there is not a congressional committee looking into the allegations against Matt Gaetz.
And clear pattern with others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And went in her direction. And she's been.
Oh my God, he's so cute when he's angry.
He has been accused by dozens of women. There you go.
Are you finished?
I'm done.
Okay.
I'm done.
When we have a debate, the customary for the host leads it, and you respond to questions. Okay, if I may be so bold. The point is that Hesketh and Gates have categorically denied.
He's so mad when he has to refer back to the rules of decorum.
Any wrongdoing, and none has been proven against them. In Trump's case, it was a civil action, as you know, not a criminal action. The criminal case against him was shuffling paperwork over an alleged one-night stand with a porn star. So it's not quite how you categorized it. Deborah Lee, let me bring you in here.
Has this trans lawmaker been accused of rape? Has this trans lawmaker?
No, but actually, if you are a congresswoman who survives sexual assault, you should be entitled to feel safe in the restroom.
The presence of a trans woman in the bathroom. Oh gosh, here in New York, there are a lot of multi-gender bathrooms, and I've gone to the bathroom next to a man. Oh my goodness,
Bro, Piers' face. He's like, oh my God, what? Next, you bathroom next to me. Piers is getting a little hot under the collar, man. He's so red. I think Piers has a thing for Emma, honestly. I think he has I do think Piers has a humiliation fetish. He really enjoys just getting trampled over. But he wants to make his guests work for it, right? Piers will get on, he'll get all of these guests together, and he gets off on being the dominant one over them, right? He wants to control the conversation. But when someone rips that control out from underneath him, that does something to him. Emma got him going a little bit.
Fearful. What was I would actually be quite fearful if
I found you lurking next to me in a men's restroom.
I love how Emma says, there's mixed gender bathrooms in New York. Where I live, there's a few clubs with mixed gender bathrooms there too. You can go in and there's a urinal next to a stall. You're using the urinal. A woman will just walk in and use the stall. It's not a big deal. Emma says there's mixed gender bathrooms in New York. Piers immediately goes to, well, I'd feel uncomfortable if you were lurking next to me. He immediately inserts himself into the situation and imagines him and Emma in the bathroom together. Love that for him. He's having a good time too.
I'd feel fearful. Deborah Lee, I just think
that is.
No, keep going. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'd feel fearful. Deborah Lee, let me bring you in here. I just think
that is a ridiculous accusation, Piers.
I didn't make an accusation. It was a statement of fact. I would feel fearful.
You would feel uncomfortable? Why would you
if
feel
you were
uncomfortable?
lurking around me in a men's urinal, damn right I'd feel uncomfortable.
Lurking?
Bro, okay, I mean, maybe if Piers is talking about how if he's aroused, he's uncomfortable, if that's what he's talking about. I mean, fair play, Piers, fair play.
Who's lurking?
Well, what else would you be doing
Is
there?
this lawmaker lurking?
What else would you be doing there?
Going to the restroom.
He's a coward.
I don't want you going in my
to the
restroom. Stick in your own restroom. For my safety, never mind.
Bro, this is Piers flirting right now. He is flirting with Emma. He's like, I don't want you in my restroom. Like, he's playing dumb. He's all flustered. He's letting her talk over him. Piers is down bad, dude. I mean, it's the same thing with Tim Pool, right? Tim Pool got so flustered by Emma. She has his way with people, man.
Yours.
Okay, would a man be lurking? Would a biological man is lurking next
that's
to
the
you?
whole point.
Also, I think this is like the longest I've ever seen on a Piers show where the other three people have not said a single word. It's been like 5 minutes of interaction between Emma and Piers, or maybe like 2 or 3. And these people haven't said a peep.
Why is there something inherently perverted about going to the bathroom? You right-wingers, and yes, I'm including you in this with this classical liberal BS, are so bad faith. It's incredible. You are linking sexual abuse and sexual assault to trans people inherently, and that is a bigoted statement.
I want trans people to have. I want
Oh,
them to
there
have
she
fairness and
goes.
equality like the
Absolutely
rest of us,
not.
just not where it erodes women's rights. For Deborah Lee, you've been listening to this patiently.
But separate
All
but
right,
equal.
Emma,
Separate but equal.
we're 4
right,
people
Piers?
on the
I would like to
panel.
respond.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Oh
there's a
my
difference-
god, that was so good, dude. That was so good. You could definitely sense like the other 3 panelists respected the connection between Emma and Piers. But anyway, Emma dog walked Piers.